Okay, hi guys. Welcome to my first YouTube channel video. I've thought a lot about how I wanted to kind of jump into this, and I'm sorry if my hands are making the camera shake. I'm gonna pull myself off for a second. I think that what I'm gonna do is introduce you guys to my binders, and then just jump into cash stuffing. I thought about waiting until I didn't have a lot going on in my binders, that way it was easier to follow and doing all the things, but I think that what I want to do is just show you what I've got going on and then kind of immediately jump in. So as a welcome, my name is Kayla. I am 24 and I've been cash stuffing for a very long time. I'm gonna say like since I was 18, 19. And at first I used it as a way just to kind of save money because I didn't have a lot of bills going on. But now I use it as a really hands-on way to manage my money and see exactly where my money is going so that I make sure that everything is paid when it needs to be and that I'm saving money instead of spending it. So I find that it's a lot easier for me to manage my money when I see it physically in front of me and I can count it. And I think that it makes spending money more difficult when I have to see it come out of an envelope, which, say what you will about Dave Ramsey. I know that he's problematic, and I know that lots of people don't align with him fully, and neither do I, but I think that he's got some good like nuggets of wisdom. And so one of them is that spending cash is more difficult for your brain than swiping on a card, and I think that that's 100% accurate. So this helps me to see the cash and manage my money. So let's get into it. I just want to introduce you to everything, show you what I've got going on, and then in my next video we'll do a cash stuffing, and then I think that I'm just gonna jump in and not do too much period. So okay, so my first binder is my bill binder. This one gets stuffed with pretty set regular amounts every week. So we've got my car. This is my payment and my insurance just in one envelope. Debt. This is my credit card. Okay, let's back up. I do all of my spending on a credit card because that's what feels the safest to me as far as like protecting my identity and protecting against theft and things like that. So I also like the miles that I get to travel. If you aren't a credit card person, then obviously like this is me and this is what works for me, and so you don't have to take this as advice or literally anything, but I pull out of my envelopes and pop all of the money into my debt envelope when I make purchases on my card. That way I know that I've got the money in here to pay off my card at the end of the month. Then I've got utilities, my phone bill. Malik is my dog and we don't really put anything in here. I just haven't taken the envelope out. My student loans, which, yeah. And then subscriptions. And so I normally cash stuff this binder first because it's the highest priority before I go into my sinking funds binder, which is this pink one. And some of these have set amounts, like groceries I always put $100 in, but other ones are just more variable depending on how much I've been spending or how much I know is coming up to spend out of an envelope. So we've got groceries, gas, pet food. I have a dog and a cat. House, this is like toilet paper, stuff like that, like random household stuff. Buffer, this is for most of the time when I spend more money than is in an envelope, I'll pull it out of buffer. Malik has his own envelope in here, which is where I end up stuffing it, which is why I don't stuff it in the bill binder. He is a pit bull and he's got skin allergies, as most of them do. And so he's on a prescription that we have to refill every month, so that's his envelope. Spending, beauty, clothes, which is empty. Book club, which to be honest I just use for anything that I want to. This started because I would go to Barnes & Noble and there was always something that I wanted, and so I just wanted to have money set aside for that. But now it's kind of turned into my, like, if I want to go see a movie, I pull it out of book club. If I want to, things that are like for me and fun, they come out of this envelope. Restaurants, and then holidays. And then I've got a Target card, so I've got a Target envelope for when I know that I've spent money. And then I also have a floating, yeah, ignore the backs, I'm reusing. Reduce, reuse, recycle, you know? Then I've got one for cars, car and tire things. Tires and car things is what it says. Because I know that I'm gonna need new tires and that's so expensive. So I'm putting in a little money, and just keeping that as like a sinking fund in here as well. And then the final binder that I cash stuff regularly is this games and challenges binder. This is the one that I was like hesitant on whether or not I should wait and start filming when I kind of had a fresh set of challenges in here, but I just decided that like that's not real life, to just have everything polished all the time. So we're just gonna start here, and this is what it looks like. So we've got Shut the Box. I use this because I actually have a couple credit cards, and this goes towards my Discover card. I don't spend a lot on my Discover card. I've got some recurring subscriptions that come out of there, and so I use this to just make sure that I cover that, and then the extra money can go basically wherever I need it to. I have this monthly challenge, and this is going towards my American Express card. Same situation there. It's just all of these were daily credit cards at one point that I then upgraded to something better. And so I have this card. I don't want to close it because I've got a lot of credit history on it. So I just make small purchases, like when I go get a coffee in the morning, like it goes on this card. And so this challenge makes sure that I pay that card off at the end of the month. And then the same situation, if there's extra money in here, then it just goes to whatever I want it to go to. We've got a challenge going right now for household stuff, a challenge going for Halloween, a challenge going for Thanksgiving because I was going to take a trip, but now I'm not, so that's going to be extra money. And then I have a monthly challenge. Obviously it's August, so we're doing this August challenge. And I'm using this to just save a little bit of money each month, and then it goes into a high yield savings account. This one is going towards Disney because I want to go to Disney so bad, so that's this one. I think I missed one actually, or oh, yep, I did. I have another Disney one going. I do a monthly to go into my Disney envelope. I've got a Disney trip tentatively planned for next September, and so this is helping me to save for that. Flip all the way back here to the back again. I've got one going for Hawaii because I want to go to Hawaii, and so I've got a challenge running for that. And then I have a Christmas challenge as well, because it's never too early to start saving for things that you know are going to cost a lot of money, and so that's what I've got going. I've got a lot of other binders back here. We moved like 2 years ago, a little over like 2.5 years ago, to Oregon, and so my expenses actually increased quite a bit when that happened. We bought a new car. Before that, I was doing this Disney binder to pay for our Disney trip, and so I still have the remnants of that in here, old challenges that I restickered. I really loved doing this binder, and so eventually I would love to come back in here and do this binder and save for trips binder specifically like this, because I also have this one that I was doing for Hawaii or just like a tropical vacation, and it's got these cute like themed envelopes and everything's color coded in both of these binders. And so eventually I want to get back to the point of being able to do them like this, but I just don't have the money for that right now, so that's what these are for. This binder is for business things because I have a candle business, and I've not been using this binder. Maybe I'll start because I'm really starting to pick that back up again, but that's what this one is. And then I've got a Christmas one over here as well. Again, oh no, this is not Christmas. This is another one that I would really like to get into at some point. This is a month ahead binder. And I think actually I'm literally coming up with this plan right this second. I think that when I have extra money in those credit card challenges, that maybe I'll just put them in here. Yeah. So the idea in here is that each icon is worth a certain amount of money depending on what the bill is. So my car payment is like $550, but I normally do $600. So I think I did $600 for here. And when I get $40, I color a car. So the idea is that when this whole thing is done, I have $600, I have a whole car payment, and we're a month ahead on the car payment. This one from Alex Medicine, like each icon's $7. My phone, each icon is $10, which this is crazy because now my phone bill's $40. So that tells you how long it's been since I made this. Internet, eWeb, which is my electricity and water, car insurance, my student loan, I think is the next one. So maybe we'll do this binder with the extra from the credit card challenges. Anyway, that is just a quick little rundown of what my binders are looking like, what we've got going on, and then in the next video, I'll just jump into it. And I'll show you guys my budget, I'll show you how I do that, and then we'll cash stuff. Okay, bye!